President Bongbong Marcos on Labor Day calls upon the Regional Tripartite Wage and Productivity Board to review the minimum wages for their respective region amid inflation. The President gave the order in his Labor Day speech in Malacanang Palace on Wednesday, May 1.
As President, I call on the Regional Tripartite Wage and Productivity Boards to initiate a timely review of the minimum wage rates in their respective regions with due consideration to the impact of inflation, amongst others, within 60 days prior to the anniversary of their latest wage order.
Marcos also orders the National Wages and Productivity Commission to review its rules.
I call on the National Wages and Productivity Commission to review its rules to ensure that the boards are able to maintain a regular and predictable schedule of wage review, issuance, and effectivity to reduce uncertainty and enhance fairness for all stakeholders.
The President likewise urges Congress to pass several measures for job creation, including the Create More Law. The Create More Law moves for a 20% tax income rate for local and foreign corporations in the Philippines.
I call on Congress to pass laws that will support the attainment of our jobs creation agenda, including the Enterprise-Based Education and Training Program Law, the Revised Apprenticeship Program Act, and the Create More Law, or the Law on Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprises to maximize opportunities for reinvigorating the economy.
Meanwhile, workers' groups took to the streets on Labor Day to call for a wage hike and better working conditions. The United States believes China's continued harassment of Philippine vessels in the West Philippine Sea harms regional peace and stability. U.S. Department of State Principal Deputy Spokesperson Vedant Patel says this in a press briefing after China once again fired water cannons against two Philippine vessels conducting a mission in Scarborough Shoal.
So the repeated harassment of Philippine vessels near Scarborough Reef is detrimental to regional peace and stability. And our belief is that the Chinese Coast Guard installation of these barriers also endangers Philippine fisher folks' livelihoods and prevents them from exercising their legal rights to fish in those waters.
Patel also emphasizes that the Philippines' rights in Scarborough Shoal were already set out in 2016 after a final and legally binding judgment by an arbitral tribunal.
These are rights that were set out in 2016 in a final and legally binding judgment in the Philippines-China arbitration brought to the 1982 Law of the Sea Convention. And consistently, and this is something that the Secretary made clear on his travels as well, is that we urge the PRC to respect the navigational rights and freedoms guaranteed to all states under international law.
U.S. Ambassador to the Philippines Mary Kay Carlson likewise condemned China's aggression, calling on Beijing to respect and adhere to international laws. China's water cannon attack on April 30 damaged Philippine vessels BRP Bagakay and BRP Datu Bangkao. According to the Philippine Coast Guard, China also installed a 380-meter floating barrier covering the entrance of Scarborough Shoal. Despite China's actions, the PCG says Filipinos will not back down, adding that legitimate operations to support Filipino fishermen will still be carried out. The hot weather is considered as the cause of the Grassfire that hit two mounds of the famous Chocolate Hills in the town of Carmen in Bohol province on Tuesday, April 30. According to Bureau of Fire Protection Carmen team leader Ian Blair Reyes, the Grassfire happened past 7 p.m. on Tuesday and quickly spread since the grass that covered the hills was dry due to the hot weather. The fire affected at least two hills facing the view deck of the Chocolate Hills complex in Barangay Buenos Aires. Because it was dark and a fire truck of BRP Carmen couldn't enter the area, responders waited for the fire to subside and kept an eye on other hills to ensure these would not be affected. It took almost 3 hours before the fire was declared fire out.